Hey.
Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is, do I have audio?
You have audio.
Woo!
There's a lot of audio.
This is on the Anvil Extra Loud, episode 110. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on. We show you some of the challenges we're facing. And tonight, we are showing a huge glimpse of the future because we're going to be talking all night about our upcoming Kickstarter, Cities Untold Lowtown, which launches in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it has been over a month, I think, since we streamed.
Anybody counting how many days it's been since we streamed?
It's been a lot. It's been weeks.
We've been heads down. We've been fighting off.
We've been filming nonstop. Yeah, is the main thing.
Building.
Yeah. If this is your first time watching, we do a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card giveaway at the break.
Who's eligible for that, Chris?
Everybody. It's international. Everybody that doesn't work for Dwarven Forge is eligible. So we'll be doing that roughly an hour into the stream, around 8 o'clock Eastern.
Woo.
Yeah, outside of that, it's going to be a very light news day as well. We're kind of just mostly, we've had a lot of updates, a lot of new...
We're going to try and pack 5 weeks of information into the next hour and 58 minutes. Is that how long we have? I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
hour and 59 minutes. It's going to be a wild ride. If this is your first time watching, welcome. Do we have any new viewers?
Probably.
All right, well, welcome. There's no wrong way to watch. Feel free to hang out. Also, feel free to ask us questions, engage with us. That's why we're here. We like being live. We like hearing what you have to say. We like hearing your take on Spelljammer. No, we don't. And mostly just be nice. Be cool. We're all on this together. What else do we need to talk about before we talk about this stuff?
I think it's basically it. Like, let's get the news and then get into the good stuff.
Yeah. Do we have any old people here? I know we have some new people here. Anybody?
I mean, technically speaking,
I'm an old
technically speaking, our customer base skews on the older side.
I'm.
Yeah.
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 There's a lot of people here. I mean, all the classics.
You know what we are?
All the greatest hits are watching today.
You know what we're missing is frosty beverages. Also, I'm missing dinner. I didn't eat.
You didn't eat?
There was an emergency with one of the districts. One of the pledges was over by $100.
Is it one of the ones we're launching with, or is it a secret?
Launching one. Yeah.
It's a launching one? Okay.
Yeah. But I think we solved it out. So yeah, I just realized
Right.
like 2 minutes before we went, either didn't eat yet. We all don't have any cider, but we have good vibes. We have lots of news. We are armed. We are ready. Let's dive in. Let's not waste any more time.
Yeah, let's get into the news.
I was so unprepared.
Man,
All right.
I think it's the first...
I know. I was.
That's the first time. I even tried to say... I tried to cue you in.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the city. I'm thinking about where we're going in the future. I'm not thinking about the past. News is the past. It's already happened.
Yeah.
We're like, what's happened, Chris?
News, genuinely, the only thing I want to talk about today that isn't cities, a little bit of restock info. The February restock container landed a bit early, which is exciting.
That's firsttimeever.com.
Yeah. So that is being received, and then we'll have a better idea of when it's going into the store. It'll probably still only go into the store like very beginning of February, like I would imagine. So probably will still be a February restock, but well, I don't know. It's the 25th, maybe not. Yeah. Who knows? February restock is safe and landed, and they're just receiving it basically. Also included in that, a bunch of new terrain trays that we'll be taking a look at today. Do you want to do that before we do cities?
Yeah.
Okay. And then also the Regal Red paint. We've been waiting on that for a bit. It finally arrived. That should be in the store soon as well. So a lot of store stuff should be happening. We also should have information about the next couple restocks soon. We should have like a good timeline and like a list of the sets that'll be in the stuff after. We've just been distracted getting all this ready. Let's look at the new terrain trays.
I think it's called working, but yeah. Oh, wait, let's move this. Speaking of distracted, I'm going to go to the...
Hello? Okay, now we're good. Yeah, we're good now.
Right. Cool. We don't need...
Why?
All right, so these are our new Magma River terrain trays. Look how... these are gorgeous. If I do say so myself. So this design we saw released in Hellscape, right? It's a curve and a straight. But then this new side, so we got, this is the spill out, so the river, you can feel it right here. River can spill out into a big field of lava. Yay! And then this is if you want more lava, lava, lava everywhere. Like, how cool. Hey, you know, it's the show with no tech issues. We're living up to our reputation.
Basically, this is us learning a little bit from the river trays we did in Wildlands and going like, oh, we could take that same strategy and apply it to the lava.
It's literally the exact same strategy, right?
Yeah.
The straight and the curve alternating with these. So then, so if you get a pair of these, if you're using the rivers together, rather than put the straight and the curve on the same thing, then you need twice as many to make a river. This way, you're getting options to do rivers or open or any connection. So
because of that,
awesome.
the two art that used to be on the same tray have been split into two because it makes it more modular, basically. When will we be able to buy those? Probably next week.
Very soon.
Yeah, like this is literally, we got these from the warehouse. Ooh. So we're literally doing the quality check for them right now. What you're watching is you're watching us do the quality check and making sure that like they didn't come out wrong.
Nothing like doing it live. QC live. QC live. Right.
This is our first time actually seeing the finished.
This is nice. This is the new Super Forest tray. So this is the forest clearing, which we did originally in Dread Hollow Forest with the Caverns Deep. And then this is the patchy ground from Wildlands, so they're merged into one tray. A good option.
This is the packaging that they'll arrive in, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the trays are going singles, so they can hook up in any combination, as it were. They used to sell them in 2-packs and multi-packs and whatever. Now they're all just singles, like the movie. With a really good soundtrack. That's the 90s
singles
greatest era.
Yeah, we're trying to basically offer all of the trays as singles, just so that you have more options, basically.
All right, we got.
It's all gridless because we have not found a way for the factory to be able to do the grids accurately yet.
Hey, we got Chuck is here. So we got mountain on one side. Is it scorched earth, packed earth?
Yeah, there can be hot singles in your area if you order those lava
Call
trays.
now. Yeah. All right, and last one. This should be exciting. I think we got some new.
We've been talking about actually doing the non-12x12 trays lately. It's a thing we need to revisit more after the Kickstarter.
Literally, we're talking about it today.
Yeah.
This is the new neutral stone. So it's some like plain stone that should kind of feel like. If it's outside your build, it feels like just great negative, just sort of like, in the maps when you do like little cross hatching, like what Dyson Logos does, like a cross hatching around the outside of the maps, it should sort of feel like that if it's exposed. And on the other side, look who's back. The color's off, isn't it? Huh? Necrotic sludge in all its blue purple glory. Yay!
Which ones are actual new artwork? The new artwork is the lava ones and the
plain old
rough
stone.
Yeah, the two
simple
basically
neutral stone.
the lava lake mouth and then like open lava lake are new, and then the rough stone are new.
All right.
Outside of that, it's basically a reconfiguration.
Yeah, and sort of greatest hits all in one place. These are fantastic. Can't wait to get that, especially the new lava.
This is great. Newbies can stock up. Yeah, basically that was the thing is we put in like we had like meetings about doing this a couple months ago because it was like. We want to get the terrain trays stocked up the way that core sets are.
We're getting there. We're working on some new acid art and working out little. Turns out we have a little Kickstarter in the way, but we get there. And lots of stock of those.
Yeah, so we got more coming, including we've been talking about the smaller sizes as well. How we can do that.
What other news do we have? Hey, we got Teos is here.
Yeah, Teos is here. RG Dice Boutique's here.
Hey, check out her dice.
Rabbit and Drago's.
Go check out Teos's Mastering Dungeons podcast. It is fantastic. Especially they're talking about the OGL a lot these days, and it's been lively. And going through the entire player's handbook chapter by chapter, breaking it down. It's a fun listen. Lots of good insights.
If you remember those stained glass dice from Reliquaries that everybody's freaking out about, RG Dice Boutique has actually started selling them. So.
Woohoo.
For everybody who was asking, when can I get these?
And just a delightful human being.
Yes.
Good artist, good person. Just
so if
good
you were
times.
waiting for those, they exist now.
Oh, Omar's here. We got Gentleman Wake, beautiful playing cards maker. We got everything. What was I going to say? Oh, other news.
I think that's genuinely it. Is it just restock stuff, and then let's get into.
I got two random pieces.
Two random
of news.
things.
All right. I already forgot one of those. One is, remember we promised sci-fi set in the tail end of what was that thing called? Wildlands.
It's canceled. Sorry.
It's dead. No, still making headway actually. Right now, Michelle and Eli and Toby have been kind of poking along on that while they're kind of pencils down on all the sculpting for Cities Untold, so they've been poking around that, and it's really shaping up into something cool. I don't know what or when or what form it's going to take. Right now, we're looking at somewhere between 20 and 24 pieces, but it's really I'm very excited. A lot of the stuff we learned from the biscuit system is getting in there, and I don't know. It's just going to be bonkers. I'm very, very, very excited. Don't know when it's going to happen, but it is still moving forward. That was the piece of news, that we're somehow still managing to move that ball forward. What was the other thing? Oh, we should mention the microsite.
I was going to include it as part of the.
Well, then let's go into Cities Untold. So I think that's all I had.
I will put it in here, but basically, we've got a new microsite for Cities Untold, and I've actually updated. If you put in like the bot commands, like / Kickstarter or Cities Untold, or I think just KS, it will bring up a link to the or Lowtown. That's what it is. It'll bring up a link to the microsite. Basically, we're gonna go deep right now on stream, but we have been trying to have way more information available ahead of time than we've ever had before. And it's all been getting put on that microsite. Letitia's been working nonstop to kind of build this thing out over the last several months. And it's
Phil and Casey have been feeding her gifts nonstop, and she's been just building out this. It's this dynamite. Yeah. Eli was cleaning up a bunch of the language. Like we have a lot of folks building out, getting all this stuff in one place. So it should be a really, really useful resource when the Kickstarter goes live. There'll be a full store you can browse of all the sets, so you get tags and filters. And
are we down to like announce that that's what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
cool.
What we're doing.
There's a lot of stuff being added to that site still, but we're getting pretty close to done with the like explore Lowtown pages. Those are
informational pages. Yeah.
But
all the pledges and stuff won't go up until we go live, but we'll have all the stuff will be there. So you can actually, Kickstarter's not a very good site for actually browsing around a bunch of stuff, particularly 70-something different sets and unpainted sets and all the whole kit and caboodle. So it's going to be I think it'll be exactly what you need to help figure out what the heck is going on in Lowtown.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so just on hand, like that's like a useful resource if you want to browse through that at your own leisure. But without further ado, should we just go in?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, first disclaimer: everything you're about to see here tonight is prototypes, right? Stuff is imperfect, or as we've been calling it, prototypical. The hand cast, hand poured, hand sculpted, hand painted things like pieces missing from some of the castings, and there's a lot of imperfections. And sometimes the right angles aren't quite right, and the things are fun up. So, by the time you get the finals, they will be factory cleaned up. They still won't be perfect, right? Stuff is still handmade. It's not going to be like Legos, but it'll be tighter than it is. But I'll have to say, this is the best batch of prototypes. Miles has been working his fingers down to the bone to get everything tooled and cleaning out all these biscuit holes and whatnot and stuff. So, it's pretty wild. So these are handmade prototypes cast in-house in resin. Your finals will be in Dwarvenite. They'll be factory finished. They will have anchor magnets to the bottom. They will be cleaned up. This is what we do, the proof of concept, so we can show you what we're going to make, get the money, then we make the big steel molds and make the big thing. So everything's prototypes. So it's you're getting to see sort of how the whole process comes together. Also, things could change. Even though we're launching in 2.5 weeks, things will still change. In fact, one of the big district pledge bundles almost changed right before this because we were over budget by $100 and had to start pulling pieces out, whatever. But so things are subject to change. Also, things will change during the campaign, right? That's part of the fun of doing this is we get your feedback. We get a lot of insight, some of it good, some of it bad, some of it all over the place, and we will sometimes adjust based on what how people are reacting. So that's also part of the fun of it, right? It's a living entity. You're part of an organic thing. Any other preamble? Everything's changing. Everything's prototypes. And anybody, if you've been watching this show for the past, I don't know, how long have we been talking about this stuff? Stuff has changed. You've seen the evolution of full-on Cities Untold to, oh my gosh, we can't do Hightown now, to it's still Lowtown, to Ashlar changed colors, wood changed colors, roofs changed colors, things evolve. We've added stuff, we've taken stuff away, we've going all around.
Yeah, which leads to the first announcement. The Kickstarter is being pushed back till April.
Oh boy!
This is not true. This is not true.
Stop. We pushed the date. We've been about to launch this Kickstarter for a year. I've been exhausted. So here we go. I think that was the only preamble. Okay, so then the quick overview for anybody that is new. Cities Untold is going to be our second foray into the city. Our last foray into the city was the City Builder system, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
I feel like it was 2015.
How many is that? 8, 7,
8 now.
8?
I feel like it's around 7, 8.
Yeah, so it was a while back. So we've learned a lot. Our development process is so much stronger. I think artistically we're getting stronger, more cohesive as a team. Our technology is getting better. Our ability to put nonsense in there like fog and lights and stuff is gone up. Our ability to make more pieces, maybe too many pieces, So we've learned an enormous amount, and we're rolling that into this. So it's a chance to go back into the city and really make a lot of improvements to that system, a lot of additions to that system. We're adding a new building material, rustic wood. We're expanding on one of the existing materials, fieldstone. We're adding a bunch of new systems, such as scaffolding and modular roofs, a whole bunch of dressing and whatnot. So it's going to be a self-contained Kickstarter, so that you don't have to own any Dwarven Forge or any terrain or anything. You can just jump in and get everything you need in this. Of course, if you already own stuff, you can just build your world larger. You could just get complementary stuff. Say, you know what, I don't need any wood or stone. I just want to get the new scaffolding and the new dressing or the new minis or whatever. There's going to be lots and lots of ways to just sort of get the sets that you want. Our guiding principles on this were we were trying to give you the best of modularity and beauty, right? Visual impact with versatility. So you could make buildings that weren't just plain square buildings. They had character, they had interesting shapes, they had interesting angles, but also you could break them apart and make a different thing each time. So we were trying to break the box as much as we could. The original Cities was very square, and there wasn't a ton of visual variety. So that was a big part of it. 2, we wanted to have stuff be scatter build friendly, right? So you could pop it on a battle mat, or pop it on a terrain tray, or pop it on sculpted ground, or pop it wherever, but have the freedom to not try and, previously we were trying to build in these 4x4 grids, which is pretty constraining, and not how a lot of people are actually building out in the wild. Of course, you still can build that way, and we didn't show some of the backfills today if we haven't. So we have options to build that way, but mostly we were focused on, hey, can we do stuff that's sort of standalone that people can just pop out and go from there. Verticality, vertical gameplay, playing up on the roofs and up on multi-levels, like that was a huge driver, right? We wanted to enable the Z-axis, go up into 3D space, and really play with height and encourage people to be playing on different layers, doing all sorts of nonsense that you might not have anticipated as you were building it, which is part of the fun. Were there any other things we were trying to accomplish with this?
God, there's a lot.
All blurs together. I think that's it.
Did you say we're trying to make city encounters playable in a way that they've never been before?
Playable space everywhere, right? Inside, outside. Oh, biscuiting stuff, right? Being able to lift layers off and be able to sort of reveal the inside of a building as the players discover it, or fly out the levels. Okay, you guys are down on this floor. This guy's on this floor. You're up here. She's over here. Boom, boom, boom. You kind of fly the layers in and out. So we have a lot of there are new biscuit systems letting us build stuff that you wouldn't be able to do before, cantilever stuff out and fun bits like that. Let's go look in. Should we talk? Why don't I give the talk about pledges quick, and then we can show some of the things that are pieces of the pledges and talk about that. So the pledge levels have evolved a little over, I don't know. I don't know when we first started talking about it, but fundamentally we have the entry. There's going to be sort of 2 different levels of kind of entry levels. 2 different sort of starter areas. So we have a starter set that is going to be using what we call our city builder basics, which are dungeon tile style pieces. We've got straights, we've got corners, do we have a door here? Got a door wall. That door will be hinged. This one is not currently. We've got a window wall, and the window is the same size as our other windows. So if you have your inserts from your original city builder system or any of the new ones, you can pop in your inserts in there. So we have boarded up inserts and open shutter inserts and the like. I'll show them in the other building when we get there. I did not. I pulled pieces for this like 3 minutes before we started, so I don't quite have everything on hand that we like. But you'll be able to see lots as the thing lives as the campaign goes live. It's weird. We're gonna be streaming every day. We haven't slept yet, and then we haven't even launched, but we'll get there. And there's floors, and this is the same floor that we're using in the full-blown system. I don't know why I cannot speak tonight. So the starter set is going to be a combination of these basic pieces that are very quick and easy and fun to build with. I should have grabbed more so I can actually build something out. They build just like our dungeon tiles, right? You just throw them out together. Of course, they have the added functionality, so you can just sort of quickly boop, 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 build out and counter. All right, make it like just like you would with a dungeon. Boom, boom, boom. But we also have our new biscuits system. Where is it? Right, so we have these little. Boy, some of these prototypes are a little jacked up, but
No way.
I know. So you can pop these little flat pegs in here, named biscuits after biscuit joiners, and then you can hold these things together. So you can do, if you're trying to do like a second story thing or whatever, you can build another layer out. I should have grabbed a. Yeah. Boom. So I think the City Builder Basics are going to be a fun, popular bunch of pieces.
They're the closest thing to like the core sets we've done for Dungeons and Caverns, where it just gives you like multiples of the of just like the basic pieces.
Yeah, they work well in multiples. They're easy to build with. They're easy to understand, and they integrate really well with the full-blown City Builder system. So it'd be fun. So these will only come in wood right now. We'll explore more options if people like these, but it's a great way to start. The Mega, there's a regular starter and there's a starter Mega, similar to the Caverns Core. What is it? Our Caverns Core set and our Caverns Core Mega set. Similar sort of thing where it's basic pieces that are a little larger. The Mega has some freestanding curtains like this one, which you can use. You can use it as another door, right? If you wanted to put that as a wall in line. You can also use them to cordon off rooms and whatnot. It also has stairs up, which you can grab, and a trapdoor down, so you can transition up, you can transition down. Basically, the toolbox you need if you want to do a whole bunch of encounters, versatility, that's the toolbox for you. Then, stepping up, we're going to have our landmark pledge. So the landmarks are going to be somewhere around, so all the prices are still getting sorted out. I think the starter is about 150 or 160, I can't remember, painted. I don't know the unpainted offhand. If Tyler's in the chat, he would know. But once again, it's moving target. The starter Mega is about 250 or 260. I was trying to get to 250, and I think it's at 259 painted. I don't know what the unpainted is. And then we're going up to landmarks, which I think are, I don't know, help me, Tyler, 585 right now or something, 590, somewhere around.
Is he still here or has he headed home?
I don't know. I don't have any idea what the, we'll talk about unpainted prices in a sec, but it's something less than 600, somewhere between 580 and 600. I think it's 590, something like that. So the idea with the landmarks, and we should have had one built that we could show, but that would require preparation. They're a small self-contained building or small cluster of buildings. Like we have humble homesteads, which is like a couple of little cottages all together and some dressing. They tend to either be focused as they're either an interior build or an exterior build, and they are standalone. They're scatter style, so you can just pop them on a mat anywhere, get 3 or 4 of them, make a little scene, or you can throw them in if you already have a bunch of city stuff, throw them in the mix like that. The idea is you can, at the single landmark pledge, you can pick any of the unlocked landmarks that we have. I think we're launching with either 6 of them, and we'll unlock a couple more, up to 8 or 9 total. So you have a lot of different flavors to choose from. But best of all, everything that we're doing is built out of component sets. So we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 component sets. So there's a 4x4 floor set, and there's a 4x4 floor set in stone, and there's a 4x4 fancy wood floor set, the parquet floor set. Then there's 5 different wall and post sets. There's the standard walls and posts, and tavern walls and posts, and fortified walls and posts, and whatever. So there's different flavored sets, and so all of the things are made from different combinations of these, between roofs and dressing, whatever. So if you see something that you like, but maybe you don't like all of it, you'll be able to look up in the description and see, okay, this is made up of these 7 sets. You know what, I really like those 4, but not these 3. And you can go a la carte and just grab these sets that you're interested in. I guess we should talk about the a la carte too at some point. But fundamentally, everything that you see will have a recipe so that you can say, oh, okay, I want that one's made of this, and this, and you can kind of figure out the sets that are exciting for you. Because at the end of the day, we want everybody to get the pieces that are going to get on their table, right? This stuff is meant to be out on the table and played with and used, so we want to make sure you're getting the pieces that you're excited about that you can use. Landmarks, what else do we need to say about landmarks? Any other?
You talked about the component sets aspect.
Component sets, everything's made out of component sets.
You said that we'll offer them both painted and unpainted.
Oh yeah, so why don't we, we don't know, I don't know what so right now, all of the painted landmarks we're offering them at the same price point, which is roughly $5.90, and that it's a slight discount on, like, if you got the humble homesteads, if you got all those component sets, right? Say there's 7 component sets in that pack. If you got them together, they would be, $611. But if you get it as the district bundle, it's $5.90, whatever. So you save a little bit of money. So we're kind of bundling up these component sets with a little bit of a discount into landmarks. But you can just go a la carte, the stuff we'll talk about in a sec. So those are all the same price point. So all 8 or 9 of those landmarks, same price point, and with a little discount baked in. Unpainted, they are going to be at slightly different price points, because we have the painting differential is different on some of the sets, so it was like we couldn't make the numbers line up on all of the unpainted ones, so they all hit the same price point. So they all have which means that you're not getting gouged, like you're getting a more fair price on the unpainted ones because they all have difference. But it means there won't be dedicated unpainted pledges. So we're trying to make our pledge levels as simple as possible. Previously, we had doubled all of our pledges because we had a Wildlands Untamed painted, a Wildlands Untamed unpainted, a Wyverstone Peak painted, Wyverstone Peak. We're going to have Landmark is just painted. If you want unpainted, we've got to build your own pledge, and you can go in and you can select whatever of those bundles you want unpainted, and off you go. And we'll talk about stretch goals in a sec. Don't worry, it's not affected by what you're getting. So fundamentally, if you like a bundle, a district, or a landmark bundle, you'll be able to go get it unpainted if you'd like, or painted, or mix and match, however the heck you want. It's going to be a pretty, I think it's going to be a really flexible system. Like you're going to be able to get the sets you're excited about, hopefully. Does that make sense about the unpainted? Mm-hmm. It's going to be a little more work to, like, you have to
DW, the unpainted versions of the landmarks will still have the discount.
Yes.
It's just that they're not going to be, because each piece has a different painting markup, we basically had to choose between building these things so that all the painted prices matched or all the unpainted prices matched. We chose to go with the painted. Unpainted, it's basically, we're going to give them all closer to like a similar % discount across all of them, because we don't need to actually make the price match exactly on the unpainted ones.
That makes sense. In other words, like, the difference between the painted version of this and the painted version of this, like, this is more expensive paint job. So if you have a pack that was just tons and tons of these, it's going to be more expensive. The difference between the unpainted and the painted is going to be more expensive than the difference between unpainted and painted this. And then multiplied out in landmarks, it would just made the gap was too wide. So there will still be a little discount baked in there. But it's the best way to get you the best price is by not having all the unpainted be the same price.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have a nice menu. You'll be able to find it in the website and pick whatever you want, build out your pledge and pledge for that.
Yeah, we'll need to talk about just that whole thing at a certain point because it's a very cool thing, but we should finish districts and stuff before we talk about it.
So there's a single district pledge. I mean, single landmark pledge, and then there's a double landmark pledge. So you can get choose two. It's like 2 scoops of ice cream instead of 1. So you can choose any 2 landmarks, and that will have a little bit more of a discount. So if it was, let's say the numbers, just to make the numbers easier, let's say it was $600 for a landmark. The double landmark instead of $1,200 would be $1,190 or whatever, $1,185. I don't know what the final numbers are. I don't have them in front of me, but Jay is still working out the final bits. But so there'll be a further discount. So if you get 2, you get even more of a discount just getting off 1. And once again, you can choose any 2 that you like. You can even choose 2 of the same if you wanted. So far, make all sense?
I think so, yeah.
All right. So then we go up to the districts. And the districts are the big bad boys. In fact, how are we may, depending on how things go tonight, I may wheel in that one I'm bringing because I have to do a little surgery on it. Maybe we'll do it on camera and they can see the one we're about to shoot tomorrow.
Maybe.
At the end, well, let's see what happens. So districts are big. As our biggest one, downtown Dockside, it has a 2-foot by 3-foot footprint because it's got 4 water terrain trays, 2 sculpted battle boards, so it's a massive footprint. The one we're shooting tomorrow is like a 20 inches by 24 inches or something. It has more verticality. So they're kind of all over the place. But they are basically a big area of the city or a big building. We have one that's a dedicated interior, 8 that are dedicated exteriors, and then 1 that's a cool hybrid. So we have the Lumber Baron's Lodge it's a cool big 360 building with all sorts of wild stuff outside, and then inside you can pop off all 5 stories, 4 stories, I guess the roof doesn't count. And there's dressing in all the rooms have stuff. So it's inspired by Troll Skull Manor. If you ran the Waterdeep Dragon Heist or running it, it could be a fun base to set up for your players. So the districts are big collections of pieces. They build out a big thing. They're all sort of themed, and they have an even bigger discount. And I don't know what the selling price is yet. It's like $24.40 or something right now, painted. Don't know what the unpainted is going to be. They originally were, in the olden days, we were trying to make them at $2,000 flat, and then I was like, oh, we need just a little more on the sets to get. We were at like 22 or 22.50, and then we had price changes or whatever, and it's just sort of drifted. It just keeps like, as we're tweaking the compositions and the pricing, and it's kind of just drifted up. So it's a really bizarre number, right? It's going to be kind of annoying to people because it's not like a nice, clean $2,500, but it's a real price, right? Based on our prices and whatever / what we were trying to build. Like we built a whole bunch of them on paper and then tested them and kind of got to a threshold of, okay, this is the right amount of stuff to build like a really cool, cohesive thing. And so we're building to what's going to be neat, what's going to be a great collection of pieces more so than what's going to be like the perfect, clean price point. So I think in the end, it's going to be better to have the right collection of pieces, but we'll see. On that note, these sets are definitely the best composed sets we've ever done because we've been building, because everything has to be built out of the component sets. All the component sets are getting vetted by like having to build a whole bunch of stuff. So we're tweaking as we go and realizing, oh man, there's not enough stairs in the stair pack, or there's not enough this in this pack, or there's too many, you never use all these or whatever. So we've been tweaking, sort of put everything together on paper, and then in the last several months have been actually executing out and building, and really honing down what the right ratio of things in the packs are. So I think I'm very proud of how we're delivering the pieces to you. I think you'll get your money's worth, like you'll get the right sorts of collection stuff. It's not going to be perfect, right? Because there's lots of different ways to build But fundamentally, for most of the ways people are building most stuff, you should have the right kind of ratio. I think you'll not be drowning in one thing and have a total dearth of something else. Like in the monster sewers, there's not enough concave corners. There's, right, it's the concaves or something.
Well, because we started with, like, the whole process of this, like, we started with coming up with sets that would be good for the web store and made sense for that. And then we worked from, like, the bottom up as opposed to making something really cool and then...
What's the right collection of sets that, that's going to be useful to people? If you're building, what do you need? And then a bunch of the sets are designed to build a specific thing. So like there's like a steeple set that like gives you the cupola on the top and the walls, and so it gives you everything you need, or a scaffolding balcony set that's got the railings and things. So it's like you don't have to get 6 different sets to build this one thing. We have some features like the Poet's Nook that's got a couple of diagonals and the roof and the thing. So it's like you don't have to get 3 different sets to just get the 2 roof pieces you need and the 2 base pieces and whatever. So I think they're I'm really happy with the way the sets are lined up. I think it's going to be, I think they'll make sense, and B, you'll be getting useful groups of pieces that will get out on the table.
The word sets and packs basically mean the same thing, right? Yeah. In the past, we would call them add-on packs because they were supposed to go with the pledges. Here, we're not looking at them as like additions to pledges. We're calling them component sets because they are what make up the pledges, basically.
Everything's a component set. You'll be able to get whatever you see. There's nothing. No pieces will be gated. There'll be some pieces price gated. Some sets will be gated by, we have to get to a certain amount if we're going to make those pieces. But once a piece is unlocked, you'll be able to get it in at least one pack, one set pack, one component set, and you usually will make their way into at least one district or landmark. So there are no chase pieces. Everything should be pretty accessible. Everything's component sets, so you'll be able to, hopefully you'll be able to get like your dream assortment of stuff. Obviously, it won't be perfect for every single person, but we're trying our damnedest to make it a well thought out, logical collection. So those are the districts, right? And there's the same thing. You get the one district pledge, and you can choose from any of the unlocked districts. But we also, the skirt just fell off the table. We also have.
Can't show that on Twitch.
Yeah, he can clip that one. We have a double district pledge, which will give you a little more of a discount on 2 districts, and then the triple district, like that's the big boy, the big kahuna, the biggest pledge will be the triple district, and that gives you 3 districts, your choice of flavors, with the largest discount. So it's even cheaper than if you were buying 3 individual ones. Any questions so far?
A lot.
Okay.
Just a lot.
Should we hit some of those pieces before we talk?
I'm trying to rapidly answer as many things as anything that I can answer in a couple words in chat. I'm trying to answer. Some things I know we're going to get to a bit later, so I'm just letting that ride. Approximate price for triple district. I don't know. If we're looking at 2,400, then we're probably looking at the double district being closer to like 4,750, and then probably looking.
Yeah, I don't want to quote it because it keeps changing.
But basically,
it'll be less than I think we were at 2,440 painted for the district, so that times 3 minus a little bit.
Yeah, basically you would knock off a little bit at each level.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll let you know as it evolves.
Yeah, probably closer to 7K than 8K, I would say.
Yeah.
We can't do quad district because Kickstarter only lets you put in
it caps us at
$10,000, so we can't do anything that would go over 10,000. Which actually, I guess we probably could do quad district and still be under 10.
If it's 24, yeah.
Yeah. We'd be getting close.
Yeah.
People were asking about all-in price, and I think what we need to say here is...
So that's a really good... Yeah. So it depends on how you define all-in. So we will have haven't done it yet, but we will have a completionist district. On paper it works, I think. We haven't actually pushed it out, but I think it's going to work. So there will be a district that will have one of every sculpt. Obviously, it will have more than one of some of them, but it won't be fantastic building ratios, so it's not going to have 40 corner posts necessarily, or 80. You want like a lot of corner posts, but it'll have probably at least 4. the idea is if you want to get one of every sculpt, you can get that, and it'll have the multiples. We'll try and get some of the, I want to say some of the more rare pieces, the ones that don't show up in many packs or in high multiples. Try and get those in multiples at least 2 or something, so you get a couple of those. So if you wanted to get triple district, then you could get one completionist, so you know you've got all the sculpts, and then pick your 2 other favorite ones to get, like, oh, I really like Downtown Dockside, or I like the Frontier Outpost, or whatever that you're like, oh, I want more of that sculpted grounds, I'm getting the Frontier Outpost, or whatever you're excited about. Get 2 that have a high concentration of the pieces you're excited about, and then the completionist, so you know you've got everything, and then you'll have like a good all-in. So you can kind of build your own all-in. Or you could just go single district and get the completionist, and you'll have at least one of every sculpt. Maybe not ideal for doing a lot of builds, because it won't have like a ton of walls or a ton of floors, but it'll have everything. It's really good to supplement with another district that has a lot of building pieces. Ambush Alley would have tons of building pieces, so you get that plus the completionist, and you have a really good all-in. Does that track? Does that make sense? You have like, and if you wanted to get all the districts, I mean,
if you're talking about getting all the districts, it'd be a thing that we would have to put in Pledge Manager, because we could not put that on Kickstarter.
Yeah, if you wanted to buy all 8 or 9 districts, that would be, you could. I mean, there's going to be an enormous amount of overlap, right? Like floor packs and wall and post packs and stuff. There's lots and lots of overlap. Like, you wouldn't need to get every single district. They're different builds. Like, you could get the completionist in a couple of districts and then just download the build guides and sort of build out all the different things you wanted or whatever. Of course, nothing's stopping you. If you want to come on in, if you want to grab all the districts, feel free to, and the Pledge Manager will be happy to point you to that in that direction.
And also, like, if you're the kind of person who really wants to make sure that you are getting exactly what you want, like getting all the pieces you want in the best like manner, all the landmarks and districts, when you look at like the page for them on the site, it'll have every set that goes into that landmark or district like underneath it, so you can literally like check and see everything that's there. So if you're like, I really like this build, but I don't really care about the dressing, you can literally then just go there, look at all the pieces that made it up, and then just take the dressing packs out and get just the other stuff if you want.
Or get more of the dressing packs, or whatever, you know. It gives you the recipe, so you can do with it as you wish.
And we're going to try to have Tyler's trying to have a spreadsheet ready for everybody too, so that you can very easily see what pieces you'll get with everything, so that you can like, we're trying to make he's calling it a backer-friendly spreadsheet. Yeah. So he's got
a great start on that thing. It's lots of good info in there, and it will continue to grow. As soon as we stop tinkering with the.
Is there a pledge for all the landmarks? That'd probably also be a Pledge Manager thing if we did one, huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could, yeah. But
if there's demand for it, we could probably do it, because it wouldn't actually involve making any new sets or anything.
No. You just bundle them all together, give it a discount, and call it a day.
Put a larger discount on
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also some of the landmarks pair really well with some of the districts and vice versa, and everything has its own distinct identity.
That's the main thing.
Really
like, I would look at the landmarks and districts more as sample pledges than like anything. It's like a lot of, here's how you can use this stuff to make like really iconic buildings, and so then you can look at them and go like, oh, excellent. The kind of stuff that I want to do, like I mostly want to do water stuff. I'm going to get the Harbor Master's Hut and the Dockside District.
That's how the Dangle Room works. Or, that's why that Poet's Nook looks like.
We're trying to make every one of these landmarks and districts showcase different things about these pieces and what they can do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are landmarks found in... No, landmarks are not found in districts. They're completely separate.
Yeah. But they're all made of component sets, so you can just say, oh, okay, the Midtown Merchants is these 6 sets, and oh, you know what? Actually, all those sets are in the big market square, so maybe I can get that's the supersized version of that. Most of the landmarks kind of have a supersized version. Most of them have a district that's kind of like a supersized version of what they were attempting to do.
Wondering if the microsite will have a section showing some integration of Lowtown with pieces from KS3.
Yes.
We're
at some point.
We've been preparing materials for showing backwards compatibility.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Do we get an adventure module? No plans for that currently.
Under the OGL? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Especially with that stuff going on.
No, we're probably not doing any significant printed material, narrative material. Unfortunately, it's been, we've had a really good time doing some of these. Teos, if he's still here, did the Dungeon of Doom adventure and the Caverns Deep adventure. Like, we got to work with some wonderful people, do some wonderful bits, and it was way more work and time and effort and energy than we can afford to put into these adventures that
Yeah.
we were giving out for free. Which one of the things is like, why did you give me this out for free? This is so much. Like you could charge so much for this. Is 400 pages of stuff. But anyway,
Yeah.
mostly we'll just be focusing on terrain.
Can you name off the districts in just a quick description?
Yes.
Should we just do the ones that we're launching with, or even the ones that are locked behind?
That will give us a little idea. So
Okay.
there's 3 kind of the classic city districts. So there is downtown Dockside, which is, as the name will imply, it's the dockside, the wharf, the seedy warehouses or tavern area by the docks. Lots of docks, a couple of big warehouses, our new shoreline terrain trays, textured battle boards, seawalls, all dark roofs, a little bit of double high walls in there. Good smaller collection of building pieces, a lot of docks, but it's a big district, so you can still build a lot out of it. Then there's Ambush Alley, which is the really dangerous part of town. Like you don't want to be wandering around down there, and that is lots of small buildings. So downtown Dockside has like 3, I guess there's 4 buildings. There's one hut and 3 like medium-sized or larger buildings. This is lots and lots of small buildings. Widow's Walks, a lot of rooftop action, lots of ambush points, lots of freestanding walls, lots of street clutter. So tons and tons of building pieces. Good variety of roofs. So there's green roofs and dark roofs and thatched roofs in there, and a lot of dressing. Then there's Market Square, which is like the nice part of town. That's where you go do your shopping. Maybe you get mugged while you're doing your shopping, or you have to find somewhere, whatever. So that's got all green roofs. A lot of the fancy building things like the Dangle Room and the Tower, and a lot of the fancier buildings and the fancier dressing. It's got the market stalls. And that one and Ambush Valley are both built on 4 of our new sculptured, textured battle boards. I should have brought one of those out. They're big 12 by 12 sculpted surface battle boards, which are awesome cobblestone battle boards. So those 3 are like the core, like the classic city locations. We have a 4th one that will probably happen in the Pledge Manager, and those are sort of designed to all 4 go together. You could make a big 4x4, I guess bigger because that one goes out, but I don't know, something like that. So those are those city ones. Then we have the Lumber Baron's Lodge, which is the neat hybrid one. So it's a big building. I mean, that thing was like what, 20 something inches by, I don't know, it's like 20 by 18 or something. It's 4 or 5 stories high, all dark roofs, crazy character all around, and then it's full of dressing on every floor. So it's a really neat for doing a lot of the RPG encounters and interiors and exteriors all in one. That's the Troll Skull Manor inspired one. Then we have the Frontier Fort, which is the one we're filming tomorrow, which is so the Lumber Baron's Lodge is scatter-based. It has no ground cover. The Frontier Outpost has sculpted our new packed dirt sculpted ground built inline. So the other ones are built scatter or with no ground. This one is built inline, has the mud, a lot of verticality, has double high stone, double high wood, fortified walls, fortified shutters, feels very militaristic, cool encampment to attack or defend or whatnot, and some neat verticality. Then we have, was there another one that we filmed that we haven't? Did I skip one that we filmed yet?
I can.
There's
check
2
the
that we're
footage folder right
unlocking.
now.
We haven't done Warfield Village, which is going to be our
Very excited
wargaming,
for that one.
all scatter style,
Warfield.
smaller buildings.
What did I think was going to happen there, naming it something like that?
And then it's the rabbit build. And then
Rabbit Village.
There's 2 that'll get unlocked based on some milestones. They have some pieces we need to unlock. One is the Elven Trading Post, and the other is Into the Pit. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Currently.
That's all the districts. Let's see.
So yeah, I can do that rattle that one off for you. What other questions for?
So many. Like I said, I'm trying to like answer everything I can.
He is a lot.
Should we? I think stretch goals are the main thing we
Yeah.
still need to talk about, and
All right.
then talking about the pledge calculator. I think
Yeah.
those two things I think are the big things we should talk about, and then mostly get into demos. We haven't really shown people many pieces.
No. Yeah. All right. So so stretch goals. I can't remember where last we left it with people, but we have decoupled the stretch goals from the pledge levels. So in the olden days, you'd pledge for this thing, you'd get these pledge stretch goals or whatever goes into the pack or the whatever. Now, they are tied to the amount of money you spend ultimately in the pledge manager. So it's a combination of your Kickstarter pledge plus anything you up-pledge in pledge manager. So because in the olden days, if you went for a build your own pledge, you didn't get any of the stretch goals unless you were getting a pack that had stretch goal stuff in it and whatever. So this way, everybody can participate in stretch goals no matter what pledge level you get. So that if you're going for the build your own pledge, doesn't matter what you get. You can get any collection of component sets, or you can get some district bundles or any mix and match, whatever. However you're going in, whatever you end up with, whatever you add, all of that gets totaled up except for your shipping and VAT and taxes and duties and all that extra. That stuff doesn't count towards it, but everything that you're pledging towards the actual sets then gets calculated. So you'll basically, it's going to be kind of annoying, I think, because you have to put your order in, and then you get to choose your stretch goals. But what's exciting is, you get to choose stretch goals. So we forgot we should talk about milestones first. So first of all, we're going to have, going in circles. This is practice for when it goes live. So there's milestone stretch goals that every $1 million we're going to unlock a thing that each backer gets one. Every $1 million we go, we'll get a different thing at $1 million. So everybody's going to get those, and the more we go, the more milestones we hit. Yay, simple. Then we get a more complicated one. We have the treasure chests. So this is based on the money you spend. So for every $500 you spend, complete $500, so it has to be 500, then 1,000, then 1,500, etc. You get a small treasure chest. And we have not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, 6 flavors of small treasure chests to choose from. So this way you can tailor your stretch goals to the things that you're getting. Maybe you win in our original cities and you have a bunch of fieldstones, so you don't care about any of the fieldstone stuff. So you want to get just the wood core stretch goals, right? So more floors, walls, corner posts, that sort of stuff. Some people really want just more basic building pieces. Maybe you don't have any stone, and you know what, I want some, and you're pledging for a bunch of wood stuff, so you want the stone, or maybe you got a bunch of stone and you want more stone. So we have wood core bits, we have stone core bits. We have wood character, a box of wood character bits, which is like the balconies and bay windows and stairs and corbels and facades and sort of all the neat stuff that's going to give you character. So there's the basic building pieces, stone or wood, that's 2. There's wood character, that's 3. There's low-town dressing, right? Maybe you're like, I already have these cool districts. I want more stuff to fill it up, so you can get the low-town dressing treasure chest. Maybe you were bothered by all of these biscuit holes inside your thing. So we have a Fiddly Fillers pack that is just full. It's going to fill up with little things that you can plug into the side of your building if you want to fill up those holes. Or maybe you want. Wait, this is a bean.
Oh
yeah. We got to hang on. We got a demo. Hang on. We got. All right. Let's go to the. All right. So, back in the olden days, like 2 months ago, we.
yeah, pull it back a little. There we go.
Actually, we need to get in tighter so we can see. Enhance. All right. So, remember how we sent out years ago? We sent out a survey that was asking people.
Yeah, they're gonna lose their mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're asking people, hey, what are the things that bother you about City Builder? And we had a long list of things that we wanted to change. And the last thing on the list was people said, you know what? Of all the problems, these exposed corner posts are the things that bother me the least. So we're like, oh, great, we don't have to solve that. We're going to solve all these other things we left it. Turns out in a bunch of these streams, it was a thing people were still complaining about. So We said, oh, what the heck, we're gonna go for a thing. So Michelle did some wizardry and made this little guy. All right. We have, maybe I should take these walls out so you can see it more.
Tilt it a little bit. There you go.
All right, so we got some corner post fillers. So this is some really clever, so don't say we never listened to you. We listened once. This is a really clever little geometry. It's got white stick on it.
This is the one thing you get.
It's reversible. I can't even show the things. Right, so the top has this wild cutout on the top, right, and it's reversible. So you can put it this way. I can't even figure it out. Yeah, put it this way to cover on that side, and then flip it around and put it that way to cover the other side. So the same piece can cover whichever direction you're going. So we got these corner post fillers, which are nice and dressed up, and you can use to clean up your insides of your corner posts if they bother you. So that there will be a stretch goal. If you want to get a treasure chest that'll fill up with these things, we got that for you. So, yeah. All right, no more comments at this point. We've done.
You can't complain. You can't complain about anything else now.
Yeah, that's it. The modular shifts confirmed. No,
we've done too much this Kickstarter. Like we added another thing to the.
Yeah, but it was a good thing because it was it was.
Well, because now even if the V didn't bother you, it's just a nice aesthetic option to be able to make.
Yeah, it's I've been using these a bunch and they're pretty awesome.
How do the post fillers look with Tudor walls? Well, I mean, the Tudor corner posts were still wood, so this should still.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't tried it. Maybe we can. We'll try it in a moment. Let's finish talking about these stretch goals and we can go try it.
Fiddly fillers.
So
I think we talked about dressing.
So there's fiddly fillers and there's what are they, dressed something classy corner posts or something? I don't remember. It's some stupid name. They also come. Oh wait, we're buckle up. We're going to be in town, Chris.
I mean, they're basically gonna like pressure fit. Like the final thing's actually gonna pressure fit, right? Yeah. Or something. Yeah. So they'll hold on way better than these prototypes that we've made.
I don't know if we showed these yet or not.
We haven't.
The banister corner posts. So this is another little Michelle marvel. So this will be, of course, grab one without the peg. So this is going to have a city builder peg on the bottom of it. So it'll peg in like a regular corner post, but it is decorative. So if you had a big room and you wanted to fill in some of the things in the middle of your room, you could pop this in. I should have preemptively built a bunch of stuff for it. I guess we could put here. Oh yeah, have we even showed these rosette corner posts either? These are our decorative ones. Man, there's all sorts of stuff going on. Anyway, so if you had let's say this was an open, can't even see it. Let's say this is an open room and you were annoyed by those things. You could pop that in. Imagine there's a hole in there. You could pop that in and it becomes a rafter in the middle of the thing. You can also use it outside to hold up your buildings. It looks really cool. For outdoor, if you have a porch or an exposed thing, it holds up the roofs. It's awesome. And it lets you slide you put the railings up against it. It'll be able to fit. If you're doing a floor that has railings on it, you'll be able to fit up against the railings like that, and then you put a roof on it like a. So those also come in that stretch goal box if we get there.
I believe we're not going to be selling the stretch goal packs separately, but they are going to be made up entirely of pieces that you can get in other packs.
Yes, there will be these guys. These guys will appear in like the Grand Promenade floor pack and something else. These are in like the Manor House dressing pack. But we made a treasure chest that's going to just fill up with these things for people who want a lot, right? Because there's going to be some. So there's going to be some people who want a lot of these specific. So not everybody's going to want them, but some people are going to want a ton. So we're like, you know what? We're going to make you small treasure chests and fill them up with these things, so you can fill up all your bits. Mm-hmm. So then I wish I had some of the fillers. Well, we can show them on this thing. We have the biscuit hole fillers. That's a fun bit too. All right. So that's the core stretch goal approach. But guess what? There's more, because that was too simple. So we also have, if you want to go big, because I know some of you guys want to go big, every $2,000 you spend, you get a large treasure chest, in addition to all your small treasure chests. So there are 3 flavors of large treasure chest. There are wood core, so it's even bigger chest of floors, corner posts and walls. There's wood character, so more of the interesting non-square building shapes, the interesting fun character bits, and low-town dressing. So there's some cool standalone scattery dressing stuff. So there's 3 different flavors of large treasure chests to choose from. So this means if you pledge a total of $2,000 plus all the shipping and whatever, $2,000, you'll get 4 small treasure chests and 1 large treasure chest. So if it means if you pledge $3,000, you get 6 small and 1 large. If you pledge $4,000, you get 8 small and 2 large, and et cetera up there. So it's so basically no matter what pledge level you're getting, whether you're getting unpainted or painted or some mixture of the thing, whatever, all that matters is your total amount, and then you'll get your allocation of treasure chests, and you can go pick your flavors and get the stuff that's gonna, maybe you want dressing to fill up your buildings, maybe you want more stuff to make your buildings bigger, maybe you want to mix it all, whatever. Maybe you want to fill your fiddly fillers, whatever it is, you can get it. Any questions there?
How do these chests get filled up?
By hitting things.
So basically
by making money.
So basically, the more money we make in the campaign,
we'll fill these things
the
up.
more things will go into those stretch goal packs, and the better deals those stretch goal packs will be for everybody, basically.
So they will start empty, right? You have 9 different empty chests.
Relatable.
6 small ones and 3 large ones, and then we'll fill them up as we go, as we get stuff. So the further we go, we'll fill them up till they overfloweth with Valorian coins. Now, there's actually not going to be any Valorian coins in any of these treasure chests. Those are stuck in the warehouse.
Does it only apply to pledges around the pledge manager, or does the chests apply to our total in the pledge manager? It'll be any
Everything.
money you spend. So it'll take whatever you put in the Kickstarter, whatever you add in the pledge manager, all of it will contribute to the amount of stretch goals that you get.
Pledge $500 in the Kickstarter and then another $500 in the pledge manager, you get 2 small chests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the only difference is money that we make in the pledge manager won't go towards unlocking additional
Stuff
things
into
to
the
go into
chests,
those.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But basically, we wanted to make sure that, because there were people that would spend $10,000 on a build your own pledge and not really participate in a lot of stretch goals. So now that person is getting a whole bunch. You get 5 large chests and 20 small chests. Is that right? Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, it's lively. So
Letitia's actually here, by the way.
Hey, Letitia.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're not sleeping, Letitia. She's been just cranking a marathon. It's unbelievable. The work is.
I think the one last thing. Speaking of Letitia,
people's faces are going to melt because there's going to be so much clarity. You're not going to even know what to do yourselves. You're like, is this a Dwarven Forge Kickstarter? Because I know everything. Day one, I know what's going on. This doesn't make sense.
I think the one she's making gifts right now,
Okay.
so that's why. I think the
best.
The one last thing to really talk about. Speaking
She's
of Letitia,
the queen of gifts. Yes.
Yes. Last thing we should talk about is you mentioned it briefly earlier. The microsite when the campaign launches. Basically, the way that we're doing the pledge calculator this time around is the microsite is going to have, if you know, like our web store, we're basically going to have a version of that for the sets that are in this campaign, for everything that's in this Kickstarter. So that if you're trying to figure out your pledge, you can literally just browse it like you would the store, use filters to like look at dressing packs or fieldstone packs, whatever it is you're looking for. And then take your cart like to go look at, calculate up like, okay, this is how much you should put into the Kickstarter if these are all the sets that you want to get, basically.
And you can save your cart, and you can save multiples. So you can say, okay, this is my conservative pledge, or this is my like blue sky pledge, or this whatever. You can save them and figure out what you want, hone it. It'll be just like shopping our web store, except it's all the Kickstarter stuff, and you can't actually buy it there. You have to put the number into Kickstarter. But it's the pledge builder. It's beyond a calculator. It's a builder. Now it's like you can go in and you can click on one of the districts you like, and it'll pop up. It'll show all the sets that are in it. You can click each of those, and it goes in. Just takes you. It's in the store, so you can click in and get all the information. You can add that one set to your cart, or you can add the whole district or whatever. So it's going to make like figuring out what you want. I think has never been easier than before. It's outrageous. Basically, you should build a whole new store for this Kickstarter.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Okay, and I think that's really all because we can't like practically show it to you right now. We are at 8:00. We can start the thing, and then
give something away.
Do you want to? Yeah, I can start the giveaway, and then also, do we want to
look at some pictures?
Did you want to grab the district from the other room, or like?
Well, let's look at this thing first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start the giveaway now. What's a good word?
I don't know, Letitia. What's a word?
Letitia, what's a word? Don't mess it up. What's a giveaway
no
word?
pressure.
A word for the giveaway. Any word.
Any word?
No, nobody else talk. It has to be Letitia. She says giveaway. That's very good.
Oh,
All
that
right.
is really good.
All right, so the word is giveaway. It's just giveaway, but replace the VE with an F.
That's not brilliant.
Case sensitive. Where's the Pledge Master located? It's not live yet. When the campaign goes live, you can find it at the Cities Untold microsite. Once everybody is done typing giveaway in here, for a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, we are giving away a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card to the web store, to international. Doesn't matter where you live. If you type giveaway into chat, you'll be automatically entered. I'll roll it in like 5 minutes. We'll pick the winner. But yes, to go back to answering that question, the Pledge Builder isn't live yet. It'll go live when the Kickstarter goes live, and it'll be up on that microsite. If you go to the microsite now, you'll see a bunch of images and GIFs and information about the Kickstarter coming up, and then the store portion of it will go live when the campaign launches.
Woo!
Yeah.
And then Letitia will sleep. Actually, no, because stretch goals are being unlocked, and
yeah,
take it back.
If only we were on a platform that would automatically do stretch goal unlocks for us, so it wasn't a thing we had to manually do every time.
If someone could find a platform like that.
If somebody can find a platform that does automatic stretch goal unlocks, that would be excellent. Actually,
I'd be game if they could find it.
Yeah. This is not.
This is a joke
district or
we know
landmark.
GameFound does it.
This is a free build, correct?
It's pronounced Giveaway. You're right, Chuck. He's totally right, of course.
Yeah.
This is the best. All right, so let's look at this thing. These guys are going to talk. They're going to say a lot of stuff about giveaways. So we've been shooting some hands-on videos to show people how stuff's in. So this is, you know how I said everything you'll see is made out of component sets? I lied, because this is not. This was a, so in my defense, this was, hey, we needed a thing to illustrate multi-level building. And so we built this, because it was also, we were going to have to build it like live on camera, and it was a thing, and it was 2 hours, whatever. So this was a sample to show off like how you could approach multi-level building, which we just filmed. So you'll get to actually see that video shortly when this thing launches, and you can see the thing. So we thought it would be fun to show off here, because it kind of crams all the like wild geometry all into one fell swoop. And this is like, if you're curious, this is kind of, it's like twice as large as a landmark and half as large as a district or something would be.
So it's probably hovering somewhere around a 1K building.
Something, if I was going to guess, but I don't know. And of course, it's like the thing we show is the thing that doesn't make out of packs. But let's take it apart and see what we got. We're going to go from the top down. Boop, 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 boop. So, because we have so many fun new pieces in here. All right, we got the roof, and look at this. Biscuits make this. How fun is that?
Being able to just take that all as one piece is really sick.
All right.
What are those pieces on the roof? Which one? There's many.
Let's get in.
We've got a lot of stuff on this roof.
Get all the roof. All right, so we have here on the front side. These are soffits. So these, let's say actually they're just white sticked on, right? Because I don't have the pegs, so I can pop those off. So these can just pop off. These give you an overhang on the roof, so it feels more realistic. Oh, I didn't put the light bar. That's what I forgot.
That's what we're missing here. Okay.
Yeah.
This'll.
Yeah, it's good enough for now.
Yeah.
All right, so these guys pop off the little rake soffits. We have a roof ridge system. So these are the end caps for the roof ridge system. So these ultimately we'll have pegs that'll sit into the little peg hill right now. White stick, because Miles did not get a chance to tool every single piece, but damn near most of them. They also have pole accessory holes, so you'll be able to like pop a little piece of dressing in there.
Neofoya says in Swedish, apparently they're called roof beards.
Yeah, this feels like a roof beard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very roof beardy.
You have a roof ridge system now? Yeah, that's one of the last systems that we got ready prototype-wise, and it looks very cool.
We got, so these are just the straight roofs. This side there's 2 valleys, put side to side, and then this is a large soffit peak. So it pops on. Let's see. This is another piece of the roof beard set, the roof ridge leaf side. So these will line up. It's not a great example of it because it's got all this stuff in the middle, but you can make like a neat continuous. You can make a continuous thing across your roof with these. And then this thing will this will attach also with pegs, which we don't have yet. So white stick, you see, there's going to be a lot of white stick in a lot of these bits. But it'll peg on. There'll be, you can see the 4 peg holes there. It'll pop on like that. Boom, boom, boom. And this was a neat combo. Michelle sculpted the inner bits, and Toby sculpted the outer bits. So cool combo teamwork. And then top side, this is this cupola piece. Down here can sit on top of any of the roofs. It's got biscuit holes here, so you can attach platforms or bridges or whatever. It's got 4. The trapdoor will fit in there, which is a little askew. And
just like that.
Out.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. It takes corner posts, so then you can also just use it flat. But in this case, we're putting the corner posts and popping the narrow walls in. So you can, in this case, we have a door in here that'll be hinged. This one's not. So that's connecting out here. You can put windows in. You can put solids in and whatnot. So that's like our little steeple set. And then, this is the topper. And you can also use the topper on the cupola without the corner posts. It's a fun little possibility. And then it's got, do I have the peg in here? Let's see. This guy, so we've got our scaffolding has peg holes in the bottom, and this has got to have some peg holes. So this, I just had 1 peg holding it. But this is our narrow scaffolding. I think we've shown the scaffolding before, right? So we have these
absolutely.
Scaffolding pieces these are the narrow ones. We have 2-inch wide ones. They're for making docks and balconies, and in this case, widow's walks. So you just peg this thing on, so it'll stay nice and secure. And then we're going to add the railings. This has 1 peg right now and 1 piece of white stick. It'll eventually have 2 pegs, and it'll fit in the biscuit holes. So you can put these on the sides of your floors, or in this case, and then there's a little this is a sliding full accessory clip, so you can pop that thing on. Oh, there should be a telescope on here, but somebody ran off with it. Boop. So you can pop the railings on, decorate that thing out, yada yada. All right. So any questions on the roof bits before we go on to the next layer?
I'm gonna roll the giveaway right now.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Jiff it away.
Jiff it away now.
Oh, and this is our.
Hey, Neofoya.
Hey, congrats.
All right.
First time viewer.
Let's get you some of those. This is roof beard money right here.
Roof beard money. Yes, the telescope will be in here, Finley. We're reprinting the telescope from Castles. It'll be in the Widow's Walk pack. And this Dragonborn, she'll be in here too. Very exciting. All right, so that's the roof. We got some roof bits in there on trapdoor. Woo. All right, next layer down. All right, we've got, what do we have on this? Oh boy, that thing's falling off. That's okay. Like I said, prototypical. All right, so this layer. So once again, what's fun, these things are biscuited together, flying it around as one unit, easy to lift it off. So we have a 2x4 floor here, biscuited to the 4x4 floors. There is, I don't know if you can see on these, there's a floor insert in the, this one's a little askew, but this one's out so the stairs can go in. This one, this guy does not have a biscuit because it's too small, but get there. These are our fancy parquet corner posts. We've got window pane inserts for the windows, which will look really neat. They will have color on both sides. Right now, these are white on the side. This is the fancy, elegant halfling door. Look at this one. Got a window box there. A lot of Michelle magic in the details, Eli magic in the wood. Shutters. Remember we were talking about window inserts before, so these are new shutters, window inserts, and those would fit in. Conceptually, I think the prototype sizing is a little off. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit, but fundamentally these will fit in the City Builder Basics also. Boom, boom. Other fun bits in here. Mostly just standard building, walls, floors. Oh, magnetic wall with the magnetic picture frame. Maybe we'll swap out the picture. Letitia put that one together. I think.
It's one of Nate's yearbook photos.
Ha. It's a funny joke.
Oh, the fun thing about that actually, too, so we'll have multiple options for inserts that you can put into those frames. including one that is just like kind of a reflective silver, so it can be like a
Mylar.
mirror. Yeah, Mylar. There we go.
Magic mirror.
But I mean, you could, if you want as well, also just make and cut out your own inserts to put in there.
Oh yeah,
if you
can
wanted to
print
put
out
different art
anything.
in. Yeah.
This guy, which is missing, it's the biscuit holes aren't quite right on that, so I have to white stick it on. This is the bay window roof, which we'll see hammered copper. Woo! Oh yeah, you cut up your Black Lotus and put it in there. It'll look really good.
Oh, apparently that one was Janet.
Oh, this is Janet, and we also have a one of our Dwarven Forge Castle photos will be in there. All right, next floor on.
We're not planning on having a cottage set this time, just because of the way that we've constructed the packs.
Nope. Oh, is this 2 pieces? Oh,
And generally, because we're trying to like work with like really modular, flexible core packs. So in a lot of those core packs, so like core floors, core walls, core roofs, kind of revolve around covering like a 4x8 as opposed to a 4x4. So if you get just like the core walls, core roof, core floors.
Core floor pack comes with 2 4x4 floors. Core wall pack comes with 10 posts. It's got 2 extra posts and 8 walls. So you could do 2 4x4s or one 4x8 with a couple of walls left over.
Yeah.
Because we have a couple extra posts and then sometimes leftover walls, if you put a bunch together, you can have a few less wall packs than floor packs if you want to really stretch your walls out.
Yeah. And so we've got them separated that way too, so that you can go like, well, do you want the regular wood floors or do you want like the parquet ones? Do you want like, so it gives you like more flexibility in kind of putting the whole thing together.
Basically, our entry level is a collection of these are the 2x1, the City Builder basics, right? These things which give you a lot more flexibility and actually build a whole bunch of stuff that you'll use versus like a single cottage isn't really going to do so much for you. But if you're doing full out builds like that, then you go for a landmark or a couple of sets. You can build something a little larger.
Yeah, we're looking at the basics as like kind of the very low price point starter because it's easier to just get value out of having a small amount of them.
Yes.
But there's just kind of when it comes to city building, like there was just kind of like a base level that you need to get to before you really actually have flexibility and options, just because of the nature of like having to build in 3 dimensions and all that.
So this is our balcony, which biscuits on the side of the building, and it has, you can pop it off. It's a 2-inch railing. We were showing the 4-inch railing before, a 2-inch railing. So then this also, you could pop that off and you could put a walkway or a bridge or whatever, connect that off there, which is super fun. You can also connect it to a floor. Can I connect that? Where's the, oh, there it is. Magnetic wall with a mantle shelf. There. This is the rustic door. 2x4 floors. Oh, this is the stairs. I don't know if I can't remember. Yeah, we did show this thing. We've got a 38 millimeter stairs, and this is the stair pillar. So you can use this thing inside your build as a big pillar in the middle of your room, whatever, but also then pop the stairs in and it becomes stairway up to the next level. Also a neat thing is we designed this one so that, let's see if I can do it if there's enough light. I'll tilt it forward. Oh no, it's gonna fall. I'm coming up. Please stand by. Hold on to your Dramamine. All right. You can sort of see. If I tilt it, I think it's going to slide, but let's see what happens. So you see the stairs in that stair hole there. You can see the top of the stairs. You can actually now put a mini at the top of the stairs. We decided not to have the stairs project up into the floor above, like the old original city ones came all the way up. So it was really continuous build, but if you were trying to get a second layer on and there were stairs in there, you had to like line it up while you're holding the thing. You're trying to line up the stair hole, and it was just like, it was really hard at the table to actually execute. So this way, it stops at the floor below. You can put a mini at the top of the stairs if you want, and then it's really easy to fly your layers in and out. So it's much more practical for gameplay. All right. What was I going to show from this floor? Oh, so this floor also, what do we have fun bit we have going on? Oh, I didn't show this one. Is the floor, but well, I'll do it when we get to the third floor. I'll show the balcony. Well, I guess I can show you here. Balcony. So the balcony there, this is the roof. It will biscuit onto the floor above, but right now the biscuit holes are not functional currently, but it'll be able to biscuit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a nice little open space. You can also just use this as like an overhang over a balcony or staircase or whatever. It's fun. And I'll show you with a bay window in a moment. The other fun thing we did on this level is this front bit. So this roof, we have a wraparound roof situation going on here. This is biscuited to a couple of those. Remember the City Builder Basics we were showing, those 2x2s? So this is a couple of those corners that the roofs are biscuited to. And then that sits in the build. That sits like this. And then we could biscuit that together, but I didn't because I was, the way we were building it, we wanted to be able to take it apart. And then the door opens in there and connects it like that. We'll show you the dangle room. I guess so this, that parapet thing, the dangle room, this is the upper section of it. It's got a backfill piece biscuited onto the back of it, and then that connects in there to that corner of the roof. Can you see this?
There'll be plenty of biscuits to go around. Yeah,
yes.
I think everything that can take a biscuit will come with a biscuit.
Yes.
That's usually how we do it.
Yes, there will be.
We should also plan on a way to
get extra biscuits.
Yeah.
Yes. It's on the list. All right, so that little octa tower goes in there. Any questions yet before we go down to the next layer?
I don't think so. People are just really happy with the stuff.
Yeah, it's really, really, really fun.
It's nice to finally
have it in hand to be able to play with it and show it.
We've talked about it in theory for like 2 years, and a lot of times people are just like, I just don't understand, like why you would.
Why would you do this?
It's nice. It's nice seeing like posts from people who were like, okay, like I actually understand it now, like that I can physically see the thing.
I forgot to show this one was in there, the LED wall. So Miles rigged this up so it works. So we have our LEDs are modular. So this is our newest entry into the line. It's a little Gothic lantern. You plug that in. It'll have battery and switch inside. You can see the little flickering thing. Woo! So that guy was in there. It's hidden. All right, so next layer down, we can just show this on the, I think we'll show it on the terrain tray at the point where we can see it. Why is this in here? I just have a random LED wall. Okay. Bump, 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 bump.
Yeah, it's a really cute lantern.
Yeah. All right, so this, remember we were trying to show the thing before. Let's see. All right, so this layer.
Will it work with older LEDs? Yes. All of our LED, all the little LED plug things can go in any of our LED walls. It's all backwards compatible.
So you can use the, this is that same stair pillar. You could use it if you want to cover up like the biscuit holes in the middle of your room. You could do that. Also, I was showing these decorative corner posts before. You could pop a couple of those into your, imagine they had pegs, they'd go in the thing. You could do something like that. You could pop them into the holes if you wanted to cover up the holes, or you can just leave it wide open. So we got 4 4x4s here. Sorry, 3 4x4s in the large diagonal. On the side here, we've got 2 diagonals on the overhang. This is we have a little pack called the Poet's Nook. That's 2 diagonals with the 2 walls. So these are narrow window walls, so you can slot them out. You can put a door instead. It comes with 2 of those and two diagonal hip roofs to go over them, and then a corbel row, which I don't have here, that goes on it if you want to support it from beneath. Neat little pack. Over here, we remember that narrow scaffolding platform we saw. That's just biscuited to the side of the building with 2 narrow railings and a 4-inch railing in the front to make a little balcony.
The narrow scaffolding's like perfect for balconies.
It's perfect for lots of
nice.
things. It's just delightful. You can see a cool LED wall down beneath under there. Oh, here's that. So this is a bay window bit. This, once again, this biscuits to the side of the building. It takes one of the narrow things, so you could put a door in there, you could put a window in there, you could put a solid in there. It lines up with that roof that we showed you before. That goes over it, and it lines up with the balcony. Let me pop that on. Boop. So where's the balcony floor? This one. All right. So when this floor is above, these guys line up. So nice continuous thing up the side of the building. Man, it's so dark on the front.
Yeah, there's so many.
What's
There's
the
so many
shadow?
just wild like. Oh, is the shadow?
You know what it is? I also, yeah, it's also there. Let me just drift over to here.
Put it back in the where I'd move the shadow of the camera to. All right.
There you go. That's a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So bay window lines up with that, and then underneath it, this is the. I'll pop it off. This will have.
He's popping off
right now. It is. It's just white stick. So this is the corbel row. So this is our facade pieces. So our new our corner posts are going to have. What should I say? Our corner posts are going to have little holes in them, which will then this peg will fit in the hole, so you can attach stuff to the sides of your buildings facades. Yes. So this corbel row is really neat for holding up stuff like that. Like it looks decoratively. It's hard to see under it because the camera's up high, but it looks really neat underneath. It also looks neat under the poet's nook and the like. So I love this this piece. And it kind of helps you transition up.
How many windows?
Oh, and it's got pole accessory holes here, so you can then further decorate that thing up.
How many window insert designs do we have planned at this point?
5. There's like a kind of a clear pane. There's a broken clear pane. There's a green circle we see there. There's the warm lattice you see here, and there's a stitched leather thing that looks, you know, because Janet did it. It's kind of creepy. So it looks kind of like human skin. You know,
Yeah.
as it were. The usual classic Janet. So then we have up over here, we have, this is, let's pop that thing out. So this is...
How many Lowtown sets are these? This one is a little bit of a free roll, so it's kind of a lot.
It was a terrible example to show it because it's all over the place.
Yeah, it's a thing where we straight up can't... But when we get through this, we might have a thing that's actually made up of packs to show you.
So this is the large diagonal. I don't know if you can see how wonderfully diagonal that's going there. So that takes a wall. So if you wanted to just put any of your city builder walls in there. Oh no, it doesn't take it with a shutter. Huh? I didn't think about that. Well, we discovered that one the hard way. Let's put an LED wall in there. That'll look neat. Do I have an LED wall? Right, so you can take any of your diagonals there. You can also, this fits a 2-inch out there, so you could have a 2-inch scaffolding platform or another floor or whatever out there. Also, do I have any of the small diagonals that are not attached to this thing? It's also the small diagonal floor fits in here perfectly in the negative space, which is harder to illustrate. But then we've got this guy, which is affectionately named the dangle room. That fits in there.
Are we just going with? We're just going with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
it's too because you know
too
what?
late.
It's you know exactly what it is. Like it's not like we could call it the suspended projecting parapet room or something, whatever. But like the dangle room is like such a distinct identity that like that's it.
Can you buy the stained glass in the Kickstarter separately from the walls? Is it going to be a
the panes are going to come with the windows.
Okay.
So all the things that have windows will come with window pane packs.
In terms of using it with the old stuff, so the window walls in this Kickstarter are going to have basically slots cut.
So it's going to slide in, so they won't be backwards compatible with our old windows.
You could in theory tape it behind the windows to like prop them up that way. But
or
the
you
old
could cut
walls
it up
don't.
and shove it in your
your old. So you would be able to like do it that way, but
Yeah.
the old walls don't have that slit cut out.
This is correct.
It's a D shape at an angle. Dangled is perfect. It's a good point.
Miles came up with some
X-Men to the dangle room.
So you can put a window in there, or in this case, we put in a door, and then we're attaching the corner scaffolding platform and some stairs, so you can get down.
Can I buy an Oops All Windows pack of walls?
And then the bit that goes above, right? This fits up one level, and then you put your wizard hat roof on top there, and it's pretty delightful. And yes, the narrow walls fit in the 2x4 floors and the 2x2 floors. So these narrow walls are heavy lifters. You're gonna put them all over the place.
It feels like there's just like, so one thing you should prep yourselves for actually, all those landmarks. So this breakdown that he's giving you right now, this walkthrough, every landmark and district is going to have a walkthrough on its page that is just going through like this and showing
That's crazy.
how every single piece goes together. So it's
You'll be able to see all the stuff and all the details, and should be hopefully helpful.
Does a wizard hat roof fit on a small watchtower? No, it's a different. We tested it out. It's a different.
It's
a different.
too
It's a
small
different
for a small watchtower. All right, so then our last level, not so lively. It's a little askew. So it's we got the bay window over yonder. Just pop it there with a door in it, so that's like an entrance in over there. We got this outside area, and I should have put 2 more of these in here, but so this is a little outdoor 2x4 little entrance there, and then it looks really neat when it's got stuff over it. The rafter banister corner posts look really neat. Oh, this guy, this is a little ramp, has a biscuit on it, and so it can also work as an awning, right? You can biscuit it to the floor above and have it be an awning above your thing, and we have a little topper.
It's a super flexible piece.
Yeah.
Am I the only one tempted to mod all my crenellations or battlements to work with biscuits?
Ooh, I don't know if you'll be able to, but yeah, I think it's great aspiration. I think you're going to find a hard time getting the precision for all these slots.
Well, now I'm thinking if in the future it would be worth
remastering every single. I don't know.
Just the crenellations, not the battlements, but just the.
Let's
corner,
work our way.
Just the corner
We'll
straight.
work our way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Subtalon.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
In a big way. All right. Any questions about this?
God. Wood ramp is same dimensions as the lower half of the cobblestone ramp?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, good eyes.
Literally mirrors
Figure
it.
that out.
Why the battlement hate? Just
no
the way
hate. It's just remastering all the pieces means we have to retool all the molds. It's like you're starting at square one.
It's also just the way that the battlements are made. They would be harder to. The crenellations, the bottoms of the crenellations are basically done like the same way as floor pieces, so they'd be easier to mod to have biscuits. The battlements are another.
Battlements would be the same. It's just because the corbels are glued to them.
If we just use the straight ones, would we want to?
The biscuits would be helpful on them. Basically, biscuits would be great on everything, but other than having to redo all the molds, which just money.
Is there an upper half of the wood ramp?
No.
It's just that awning. Yeah.
It's just an awning. But we have a variety of stairs.
So these are some serious adult medieval doll houses. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, if we're gonna do it
That's
right. If you're wondering why we were working on this for 2 years.
The Dollhouse of Doom.
This is like over twice the size of the original Cities campaign.
Yep.
And every piece is like
Oh,
much more meticulously like.
Ridiculous dressing, ridiculous everything. Yeah.
I've tried to source a mini biscuit cutter small enough in millimeters to do this, and they're very hard to come by. Pro level tool. Yep. That's why we need the Kickstarter funds to do the
Here's
tooling.
the other problem you're going to run into is Dwarvenite doesn't want to cut well. When it heats up, it gets malleable. So, like, I don't know if you ever cut through it with a scroll saw or something. It'll seal up behind you.
Have you cut through it with a
Yeah,
scroll
go
saw?
figure. I've heard. Yeah. It'll melt back on itself and seal up as you're cutting.
Yeah,
so it's
basically, the holes that we're putting in here, they aren't being cut out after the fact.
They're in the mold.
They're in the mold. So they're like the piece is literally being cast around like a projection that is then leaving the hole behind.
Because the heat of any fast-moving thing then heats it, melts it as you're cutting, and it seals back on itself. And I don't think it's feasible to do it in Dwarvenite. I would love to be proven wrong.
It's a good question, Scroll. Part of it is because we think biscuit is cuter than flat peg, but also it's a term from carpentry. Biscuit joiners are basically the method that we're using to connect these is similar to how you would connect two parallel pieces.
Little wooden biscuits. Biscuit joiner cuts a slot in there, and you pop the biscuit in, you put some wood glue, and you call it a day.
Yeah.
And it's easier to remember. And rather than trying to be some like super serious badass thing, it's our little biscuit system.
Yeah. And also they look like little biscuits, you
And then the holes are hot dogs.
Did
bun
Gravy
holes.
make it into the Kickstarter? I don't know if we're officially calling it Gravy in any of the packs because I think it's getting a little esoteric, but I'm sure we'll call it Gravy for fun.
The little rat?
Oh yeah, the
No,
rat's
the
named
biscuit
Gravy.
was-
That's right.
yeah.
Gravy is the nickname for the biscuit fillers.
You got it.
Yeah.
Because you put gravy in your biscuits.
Yes.
Clearly.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, that's logical.
American carpenters call them cookies instead. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Are there going to be transition pieces to go from the streets pieces to the new stuff?
Not currently. But
We have other sculpted ground
yes.
that you can.
I think Hightown is where we're going to approach the streets.
Yeah, Hightown makes much more sense to be like
Yeah.
paved streets and
Yeah,
stuff.
we already have more than we can chew in this thing. All right,
Yeah.
so should we look at this other thing? I can get a little work done while we get 20 minutes.
I think so. Yeah, we got some time. Do we want to roll that table out and bring the new one in?
Yeah.
Okay.
This should be lively. Are you safe? Yes.
Yeah, good skirt on
Bum, bum, bum. Please stand by.
We've never done this before. On stream.
No. Is this one locked?
They usually only locked. Okay. What happened to
We
being
have-
two different Kickstarters? Did I miss it? Is it all one out? Oh no, it's two Kickstarters.
Well, this is all one, right? What you're seeing is all of one, but we have another one planned at some point.
Yeah.
Hey, this may be a shocker, but we have modular tables. With the tabletops. Oh, that would have been the smarter way, is just lift the tabletop. But I guess another thing's heavy. This
That cam's
thing's
not
good.
working. I was gonna try to show you the. It's just the content for one Kickstarter. Yes, we split it in half, and this is still over twice as big as the original Cities Kickstarter in terms of pieces and all that. Is that sitting on an existing battle board? He just had it on one of the old. It's one of the. It's the Dread Hollow terrain tray from Wildlands that he had it on, and it was just because the battle board just makes it easier to move it around. Okay, let me catch up on this stuff. Interested in a window to create a process from initial inception of a new Kickstarter delivery. It's so intricate, physical, so. Hey, we'll have a lot of that during the Kickstarter. We're gonna do a ton of streams, maybe a stream every day, and some of that's gonna be like a sculptor's roundtable. We'll have a lot of stuff about the design process and stuff, on top of some other secret things that will help you hear about stuff like that. What else did I miss?
Not a lot of secrets in this Kickstarter.
Yeah,
actually.
somebody's like, wait, this is one Kickstarter? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of just showing all our cards, and we'll see what happens. There's not too much to be
God.
revealed.
Good enough street transitions will be covered eventually. Lack of anything reasonable interest in off streets makes using them. So there will be like some options to do it. It might not be if you just want like more sidewalk pieces, basically.
Do
if
the
I
one-
won't
do
be
the,
here, but
We have the room cam. They have the big. They can see the.
sure. Please stand by. Let me just. Oh,
We left.
okay. Apparently that camera died.
Oh.
So let me figure out why that one
Never
died.
mind. Well, it was a good idea. While it
Yeah,
lasted.
we have that big over the top camera.
Over the
up in
top, Dad.
Yeah, it was working before stream and now seems to have died. I will need to look into why that's happening. What is the Titan Tooth of Cities Untold Lowtown? Probably something you haven't seen yet. Is Hightown after Sci-Fi? Yeah, Sci-Fi is pretty solidly going to be our next project after Lowtown, I think.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I do not want to confirm any timeline for a bunch of reasons.
It feels like well, okay.
Yeah, I know, but let's see what happens with this. I don't want to lose. We don't want to lose all the city momentum. I don't know. We'll see what happens because we're close to it.
So I thought we'd want to wait for Lowtown to be in delivery before we do Hightown. I guess.
Yeah, that
we'll
might
talk
be
about it.
logical, but I don't know. We'll see. Boy, I do not have good front light. Hang on, let's get a.
Yeah, it's in a bit of a different spot then. I want to move it over here more.
That's our whole, yeah. It's our central bit, and we get a.
We're basically setting up an entirely new store for you guys. Sorry, it's going to take us a little bit of time to set this up. How long before Hightone comes out? To be determined.
Yeah, we got a lot of balls in the air right now. We'll see.
Need this place manager to stay open for a long time. It's probably going to be open longer than usual. Most likely.
6 weeks.
6 weeks, you think? Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Because we have to get the order in with the factory if you want to get it
That's
in a
true.
timely manner. We have a
the
board
fort?
game that's in play. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Fort District.
Frontier Outpost. We have a board game that's in play. We have Hightown that's in play. We have sci-fi in play. We have a lot of stuff to figure out what order exactly it's all gonna go in. Jeez Louise.
All right.
Yeah, I can't get this knuckle. It's killing me.
Okay, cool. We can use the stinger that's over there.
All right.
Beautiful. Okay.
What color is this?
Did I miss
magenta.
anything?
Perfect.
Ooh, nice. Need a camera person? Yeah, it's just the two of us. How much does the Fort District cost? Same as any of the districts. All the districts are the same price.
All right. So, hang on. You're going to really ask for a camera person after this.
This is Frontier Outpost, is like what we're
Hold
calling
on.
it. But yeah, the basic idea is this is a fort made out of wood. Mostly wood.
Yeah. Please stand by. Okay. This camera's going. Okay.
Make everybody feel sick.
Yeah. It's the price you have to pay to get a sneak peek of a district.
Yeah, this is a district. This is straight up. We're shooting the photos and video for this district tomorrow. Little Fieldstone in there? Yes.
Right.
Well, we'll see it all when we walk through.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Ready? All right, so the idea here is this was kind of doing some fun verticality, showcasing we've got double high fieldstone in the back, double high wood in the front, and sculpted ground in there, right? So the inside, we got these. Colors off a little bit.
Is this one that needs $100 cut from it? I think it's one that it's already had 100 cut from it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just have to do a little surgery to repair some of the bits. So this is where it was $100 over. I was going through it with Tyler, and we were off. So yeah, so we got nice dirt there. Thank you, Eli. Woo. Fun bits we have in here. All right, we've got. All right, so
I'm just gonna go full sniper on this.
sniper. You want to run the cam?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start. We'll practice for tomorrow. So we got double high wood in the front, and that's our double door wall. Those are the cool barn doors. So Michelle sculpted those. Whoa! I did not lock the table. Hang on.
The table just started rolling away.
Yeah. Eli sculpted all the wood walls.
No dirt banks, just floors.
Currently, yep. 4x4s and 2x2s. All right. So Eli sculpted the big old walls and the big old corner posts. We have big double high corner posts. It's got that corbel. Remember that 4-inch corbel row that we were showing there? So that's across the top, helping to hold the whole thing together. And those double doors will be swappable with any of your existing double doors, right? So it works with the any of your Dungeon of Doom double doors, or Caverns Deep double doors, or Hellscape double doors, or we didn't do any Wildlands double doors, did we?
We did. Oh, not Wildlands.
Not Wildlands.
I heard Hellscape.
Yeah, we did Hellscape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. This thing is this is gonna be our magnetic roof perch. So we had a smaller one in the original cities. This is like a large 2-inch one. What's fun about this guy? So this will magnetically have a magnet at the bottom. It's 45 degrees, so it'll sit in your old roofs as well as your new roofs. It'll stick to the roofs, have metal in them, so this will stick to it, and you can move it around if you want to put minis on there. It's got a biscuit hole in the front, so you can use it to attach a bridge or a platform or any bit. In this case, we have one of our biscuit hole fillers, our gravy, as it were. The hanging shield that Michelle sculpted. I think Toby sculpted this thing, and so you could pop that on. I was doing this as like decoration front, but I think we'll put a bunch of those around here on the thing. Where did I have that? Oh, I had that centered. The other fun bits, we have 2x2 floors in here, and then this is using the corner posts in the 2x2 floors. Where's that little Luma cube?
Oh. I put it up here, but
because of course I've drifted out of the light again, but I don't know. Yeah. Nice to see. Yeah. So these slot in the those same narrow walls that we were using before in the dangle room and in the diagonals or whatever. They'll go in any of the 2-inch runs. So the 2x2s and 2x4s will take them. And then we have that same little. Did we show this before? Yeah, the same roof that we had on the top of the cupola. Here it is, and it has a soffit. It has its own little overhang soffit there. So I only use one of them here. So it's hanging out. Oh, this has got a fun. It's a little beaten up, but you can imagine. So there's you see a little armored shutter insert. Michelle sculpted that. See, it got a little bite out of it. That poured in wasn't perfect, but you get the idea. Neat little narrow insert there. So what I'm going to do is I need to get rid of. I have to take one 2x4 platform. Oh, I don't have the. Let me grab a 2x4 platform. Hang on, and I'll do a little surgery. We'll see what happens here.
He's doing that. I'm going to get back on mic. Yeah, so the walls that are around there are just these scaffolding platforms on their side, and then they've got some biscuit hole protruding beam fillers in the top to make them look more like LSA walls, basically.
So I had to pull some stuff out of this thing because I built this one. This was the way this build came together was weird. So I was double checking the sets with Tyler. We found we all. Anyway, I want to. The side, these walls are built with these are our scaffolding platforms, which we use for docks and balconies and whatever. In this case, we're just using them vertical as fences and these are more biscuit hole fillers, projecting beams, which helps sell the fence thing. But what I want to do is I actually want to take one of these out, and I want to put in a 2x2 instead. I'm going to move this thing back 2 inches and see what it looks like. So it requires. I'm going to pull this out here. So we have. So you saw the 4x4 dirt. We also have 2x2 dirt. Yay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our 4x4 back here, and we're going to slide this guy back by 2 inches to see what happens here. Oh, I need a wall there. Okay, we'll get there. See if this looks any better.
Excellent. Doesn't even really change the footprint.
Yeah, it's very lively. And then it lets. I'm going to move this guy up. Maybe I leave it. It's kind of neat. And then I'll move the ladder. So this ladder. So these roofs are going to have. Right now, they've got biscuit holes. They've got biscuit holes in the back, so they're biscuited together this way. But they don't have their biscuit holes on the sides. So they're going to have a biscuit hole here and a biscuit hole here. So this ladder is going to, I clipped it has a built-in little biscuit. I clipped it off because we don't have the hole here, and I just white sticked it. But this will be sticking into the biscuit hole in the side of that. I just put it there, kind of look neat. So if you wanted to like climb up to the roof for some reason, because I don't know, that's what guards do. Then we're going to take this little guy, something like that. Another fence. I can't tell you how satisfying these the biscuits are. They're like life changing. It's so fun to be able to stick the pieces together and sort of just lift stuff as a large unit is just delightful.
When you're done with that, I want to. We have someone new here who
Hello.
is curious about the grids on the sculpted floors. So if we can show where the grids
Yes.
are on the.
Welcome, newcomer. Yeah. I just need to put a. So I'm going to see if I can get one of these narrow. So we've got these are the little narrow railings. I want to get one of those on before I put this fence in place. See if that looks any good. You know, it doesn't fill the whole thing. Yeah, I can buy that. It's not perfect.
Is it a 2x2 build? What length is this?
It's a weird length. It is. It's 4. Wait. Yeah, so it's 16 inches by 20 inches, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 16 by 20. So it was just, it was the size that it wanted to be for the sets that it had.
Wow, Finley called it exactly.
Well, Finley's an expert.
So do you for. Right, I guess if you know the
If you know how many 4x4s, yeah.
Yeah, if you know the size of the pieces, you can just look at the number of tiles and guess it.
All right, so I was going to get, oh, while we're here, we've shown this on stream before, right?
We've shown this thatched roof a lot. It was the first thing we ever showed for this Kickstarter. This was before we had started sculpting anything else.
It's on interval mode. Yep. All right, cool. Look at that.
Nice.
It's fun. All right, so what did they want to see?
Show the grid on like this.
Oh, let's do it on the big boy.
Okay.
All right. So we got starting down here. We've got a 1 inch here, so that's the corner. Bump, bump, bump. Going to this is your corner. Going to this is your corner. It's your corner. Make it out there. Out there. You're basically using sort of the rocks or the divots. Will kind of give you each of the squares. Does that track?
Yeah.
So you know what to look for. The other one that helps is Eli kind of put like, there's kind of like a little cross in the center of rocks, and then that helps orient you. You know, okay, this is a 4x4 and this is a 2, so there's got to be square, 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 square. It's a fun, like, once you know it's where you go, oh, wow, cool, yeah, it's there. And you find it. In the wood, it's much easier to see. And you're in the scaffolding. And this one, it's broken on, right, so we have the vertical, or I guess the horizontal axis is broken by those little breaks, and then there's heavy gaps between the boards on every inch. So you can see it there too.
Yeah, you get used to
Hey,
it.
NBC Charles is here.
Yeah. Everybody's been here.
Oh,
It's been our biggest
yeah.
stream in a long time.
Oh, I mean, well, they're our only stream in a long time.
Yeah, that's fair.
The bar is set low. All right, so I need to get a wall for that. So we're gonna go dig into this thing here. So this, guys, remember that delightful little wizard hat roof you guys? This is the same bit with some scaffolding top, right? Same octo room, dark. I'm gonna pull that guy off. I'm gonna take. So I put windows in. I mean, I put walls in here, even though it was all sealed up. But so I'm gonna steal one for that. Oh, I need one for the backside of this too. Also, just like see if this will actually work. How satisfying to like lift layers off like that.
To answer a quick question, Jade kind of was asking,
hey.
so since they're all using component sets, does that mean there's a pile of pieces left over?
Yeah.
It varies on the build. We try to use as many pieces as we can, but sometimes you just can't fit them all.
This one I did not do a good job of getting them all in, because
Yes.
I was building to a thing. Like I wanted to make, usually it's sort of, I have an idea what I want to make, and then I figure out the sets that I think will do it, and then I kind of use all the pieces I can. And this one I was sort of like, I knew what I wanted to look like, and then I was trying to reverse engineer the sets into it. So that has a lot more left over than some of the others, which is great, because then you have a bunch of options. All right.
So yeah, literally there's a ton of extra pieces in this one you can see over there. And in all the walkthroughs, we try to show how many leftover pieces there are. so that you can see, because in a lot of the districts, there's just a lot of little pieces. So that just gives you more options when you get that district or whatever.
Well, plus stretch goals, right? So you'll
Yeah.
have, so if you got this, just this thing alone, you would have 4 small chests and 1 large chest. And if you splurged for a little, like, you know, if you could just add another $50 to your pledge or whatever, to be $2,500, you get 5 small chests, which would be a lot.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, none of the walkthroughs are even counting the stretch goals that you would get, because since you choose them, it can be a wide variety of things.
Well, that's the idea, right? Maybe if you bought this district, maybe you want, maybe you were like, well, we only have a little bit of stone. I want to get a lot of stone core bits, or maybe you want dressing because it doesn't have a ton of dressing in the middle.
Oh, wait, we have the stone double door, double high.
Oh yeah, we haven't walked through half the good
fair.
bits, right?
It's already 8:55.
Oh well, good night. Okay.
Yeah, well.
So the that's the big one in the show, I think, is this one. It's supposed to. Like we see the so that's we have a double high stone fieldstone wall that takes the same double doors. Good night, rabbit. And then we got double high solids, and these are magnetic, the solids, so you can hang a cool thing off them or whatever. And then we're remastering the corner posts, so those will have the holes in them to hold our facade pieces. What other new bits do we have here that is...
That's fieldstone?
Or that's new that we didn't show in that other thing.
We have the lion. They've seen the lion arch.
Line arch isn't actually in this, but that is a good, yeah.
The lion arch is like one of the more exciting fieldstone expansions to me. But
I love that thing. Armored shutters. Oh, we showed the small ones. These are the large. So this cool armored shutters, and these are going to look really neat in your. If you've got your regular fieldstone and you want to do like a castle thing, these will look really good as like in your castle windows, right? Give you cool armored shutters. Once again, magnificent work by Michelle on the shutters. Amazing wood by Eli. Roofing by Toby. Sick paint by Aaron and Hamster. Just everybody's been just delivering so much in these really for 2 years, but I feel these last 2 months have just been just gangbusters.
We're finally seeing it all. Like, we're finally seeing all the prototypes come in. You know.
Here's a fun bit here. This sort of this stairs back and forth. You see the so it's 2 of those corner. Can I get up higher? Or move? Yeah.
Yeah, you do it.
It's got a ladder for here.
No.
I was trying to not knock the ladder off, and I did it anyway. Yeah. So it's two of the corner. Those 2 of those corner scaffolding platforms with the pilings from the scaffolding holding them up, and then they've got stairs coming up this way and then stairs coming up this way up to a 3rd corner platform going up into the sides into the armored area. Oh, and this is that. Remember that little that awning ramp that's attached to the magnetic perch, and is a little rain cover, an awning for this entry area. Can you see the LED in there? Did it even turn on? Yeah. Oh, you can't see it. There's that LED lantern just blazing away in there.
Oh yeah.
Got the have we shown the market stall? We showed the mock.
We showed mocks. I don't know if we've shown the finished
Market
with all the
stall.
modularity of it.
Yeah, it's already 8:58. We'll save it for another day. But
Like launch, basically.
yeah, well, that's a good day. We'll take that day. Put this thing over here. All right, we got to have one more question, then we'll get out of here. What do we? I got to put a couple shields on this thing.
Let's see.
Woo! 19 fort. 1, 2, 3.
Is there an outhouse? You can kind of make one with the narrows. People keep every time we keep showing like a narrow building, people keep saying it's an outhouse.
2x2, yeah, take a 2x2 floor, put the post, one little door, a little roof on it, and that makes a neat little.
What's
outhouse.
that thin roof? Thin roof.
This one?
That or potentially
The
the top
2-inch
of the
peak?
tower with the where it's just the scaffolding.
This one?
The stall? Oh,
it's
on the
gonna
market
be
stall.
it's gonna be on felt or cardboard. It'll be like the texture patches. So it'll be printed graphic on neoprene with a little cardboard backing, I think, just like if you have any of the texture patches. And then we'll have a couple of different options. We've got colorful ones. This is sort of the drab. This is just paper right now, but it's to give you the idea.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Let's see. Any others?
In-cart.
I don't know if this one appeals as much to me as the dockside and the email. It's still super cool. That's the thing. The goal with all the landmarks and districts. Goal with the landmarks and districts is less about like, oh, you need all of them to be complete, and it's more about trying to have something for every kind of builder, every kind of game.
Or just to show you, hey, this is the kind of thing, if you wanted to do something like this is the kind of sets you would probably gather, and you could just a la carte put together something that's more appealing to you based on what you want to do. Right, because you'll have the recipe. You can just look up the recipe for this, say, oh yeah, okay, it's two of those and do this. Oh, I see they're using this and whatever. Definitely not every district will appeal to every person.
Oh. Are there
and
internal
if they
decorations?
Do, you're in trouble.
I don't think there's any interior dressing included in this one.
No.
It's all exterior.
You can use your treasure chest to get dressing if you want. Right, just take your stretch goal treasure chest, and oh wow, we have all these pieces left over too.
This is the Frontier Outpost District.
Yeah. The diagonals, we got a whole bunch of bits. Oh yeah, I've got this thing. I could do a.
Will the microsite outlive the kick? Yeah, the microsite will stay at least through the Pledge Manager, because it's still going to be just a great archive of like all the information.
Here.
There's no transition piece between the streets and dirt.
No, not currently. That'll be a.
There's no slope dirt pieces either.
Not currently. Is a good question.
Are the shutters there the same as the Necro Keep? Would they work together or different design?
Different design, brand new shutters. Kind of similar.
Yeah, that wall is just the scaffolding platforms that we use for docks and stuff. Just put them on their side. And then we put the projecting beam biscuit fillers to make it look more like a palisade wall.
Yeah.
Are these replacing the terrain trays and battle boards? No.
No.
We're going to have both.
Yep. Battle boards, terrain trays, and sculpted grounds. You choose your flavor.
This is intro to dirt. You can expand it later as needed. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's when we decided to add it, it was like, okay, that's another set that we need to add into this Kickstarter that's already full of sets.
Full of dirt.
Yeah.
Full of good bits.
Aren't you glad we split them?
Yeah. It was. Well, we just 100%. 100%.
Is that the fogger in the house? Yes. It's the fogger. That thatched roof is also a fogger insert. You can use it without the fogger, but it also fits the fogger.
Yeah.
Is this like 5 landmarks or 4? It's different.
It's a district.
The districts aren't really made up of landmarks.
Yeah.
They're
because the landmarks wouldn't cohesively go together with this. Like the budget of this lets us have cohesive ground on it and the whole kit and caboodle. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to be dark until we launch, which is in 2 weeks or whatever, 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
And then we'll be online a whole bunch. So yeah, hope this whets your appetite, right? Gets you a taste of what's to come, gets you excited. We showed you a whole bunch of new pieces tonight, I think. Lots of beans.
Yeah.
District. Wow.
If you've got any further questions,
Discord.
First off, check out the microsite. It's got all sorts of. Let's end with what date do you launch? February 12th.
Oh yeah, this is a good question.
It's a Sunday. It's gonna be at noon Eastern time. It's also Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, we just discovered that.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 days. When was it? Monday?
A couple days on Monday.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, so you realize that?
Oops.
Yeah. What was I saying? Right, the Cities Untold microsite, where we've got a lot of information there. If that is easier for you to learn by absorbing it at your own pace with text and images and GIFs and stuff, instead of
Videos
instead
soon.
of like 2 hours of us screaming at
Yammering.
you.
We but also you can sign up for the mailing list there. If you're not on it, you can follow the Kickstarter page, so you'll get a notice as soon as it launches live at 12 Eastern noon on February the 12th.
We got over 100 followers today.
Woo!
So that's exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back in full force when this thing launches. Thank you for showing up tonight. Thanks for all the good questions. Can't wait to unleash this thing and see what happens.
Yeah.
We got a couple other pieces we haven't shown yet, but not a
Yeah.
ton. So you're getting the full sneak peek.
Yes. That's basically it. Yeah, we'll be in touch. We'll be streaming. We'll stream for sure. We always like to do launch streams, so we'll be doing a hangout with the whole crew, most likely. Probably like a half hour or hour before the Kickstarter goes live, just to hang out and
Depending on how
see
much
it all
we're
launch.
scrambling around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
seeing how much we're changing at the last minute.
Hopefully not much.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Good night. Thank
Good night.
you. See you soon.